Happy spring, everyone. We are here with the Dixie Chopper XW2000. This is probably similar for a lot of these older Dixie Choppers, what we're going to be covering here today. Gear oil on the T-box. So in this video, we're just going to do a quick tech tip on checking that. Very important. So we're about to jump in and get that T-box checked. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. I've already got a few videos up on this Dixie Chopper, and I'm going to keep making more videos on this old machine. So if you have one of these or you're interested, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that way you get to see all these videos as I keep making them on this old machine. Let's dig in. So I'm going to clean that off with some compressed air to make sure it's clean. Nothing gets in there when I pop that cover off. That cover is, they're like I think they're 5/16 hex screws if you got them, or a flathead if you have them. I've actually been looking for a while. I have the part number somewhere for, they sold a replacement cover for that with a similar dipstick check like that for check and fill. I'd love to pick one of those up. I searched for a while, like I had a saved eBay search, and nothing ever popped up. So I would like to get my hands on one of those just so I could quickly check that T-box oil. It's annoying to take out those 4 screws, especially when you're checking it every 50 hours. But future hopes and dreams. All right, got those screws out. So now you just carefully kind of wiggle that gently, so that way you don't, there's a gasket there. So I always try to wiggle it kind of gently here to make sure I break that gasket free. If you just yanked on it, you have a chance of tearing that gasket, and then you have to replace that. All right, decided to stay on the T-box, that's fine. So just gently pull this thing out so you don't drop any gunk down in that T-box. I got some clean tissues over here. I'm set that on to keep it nice and clean. All right, so it's a little foamy because I just was driving the tractor. But that gearbox there is filled with 90 weight gear oil, according to the manual. The manual says check every 50 hours, like the sticker on the top says, and it just says fill with oil. I honestly don't remember where I was told to do it, or maybe I searched online many years ago. But for fill level, I've always added oil until it basically was, more than halfway up around that shaft right there. Right there, it's a little hard to tell the depth, but it's probably, 75% up towards the top of that shaft. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'll keep an eye on it. I could probably add a tiny little bit to add some more, but I was always, again, I can't remember where I got that from, but that's the level I've always kept at it. If if there's a proper level that's not that, definitely leave a comment below. I would be curious. But yeah, I don't like fill that all the way up to the top. I've always just pretty much, many years ago, I can't remember, one of the seals, I think it was a seal out of the bottom of this, did lose the seal out of the bottom, and that fluid ran out. If that does happen, it was a very distinctive high pitch, like whining sound, almost like a turbine engine spooling up. So if you hear like a high pitch whining sound coming up, fortunately for this tractor, it'll shut down right away, and notice the gear oil everywhere, and no damage was incurred since we were able to get that seal replaced and fix it. But yeah, if you do hear that high pitch whining sound, definitely stop and see what you got going on. I don't think a lot of these hydraulic items will last long, starved with fluid, so something you want to address ASAP if it happens. So there you have it. That's the level. If you do need to top it up with 90 weight. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get that lid back on, and that's it. When you do put the lid on, just carefully thread the piece down and try not to get any gunk in there at all. You don't want any contamination in there. And then, like I say, with a lot of things, don't go insanely tight with the screws. Just snug them up good, and you should be fine.